Hi everyone, Mrs. Sullivan here with another tutorial on hand sewing. Today we're going to talk about buttons. We have two different types of buttons we're going to do. We're going to do a 4-hole button and we're going to sew a 2-hole button. Now buttons are used for fastening. They could also be used for decoration. So there's different uses for buttons. Some are just decorative. They don't do anything other than just show a little something something. So I'm going to show you how to get started. Okay, so today we're going to show you how to sew buttons. Here we have a 4-hole button, and here we have a 2-hole button. I'm going to show you how this is all done in just a minute. Hold on. So what we're going to need today for our sewing our buttons is we're going to need a pair of scissors. We're going to need some buttons, a thread, needle, and some thread. First thing we're going to do is we're going to thread our needle. Remember, it's going to take an arm's length of thread. Okay, cut it off. Then we're going to make sure we cut it off at a nice angle. We're going to get a nice sharp point to that thread. Then we're going to take our needle and we're going to put it through the eye of the needle. Okay, there we go. We have our threaded needle. And then we're going to tie it in a knot. I have 2 strands here. It makes it a little bit stronger around my finger. And then I pull it through. Okay, we have our knot. Trim off any excess. And now we're ready for our button. First button we're going to sew is our 2-hole button. This one's made out of abalone shell. You can see the back is a little bit different. It's that natural shell color. And the other one we're going to do is our 4-hole button, which is made out of plastic. Buttons can be made out of all different types of materials, such as plastic, metal, wood, seashells like we just saw here, gemstones, and sometimes even waste materials. And sometimes even organic materials like nuts. All right, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get our piece of felt and we're going to get our button. The first thing we want to do is we want to actually put our needle through our fabric like that. We don't want to go from underneath because we want it to be more secure. Okay, we're going to gently pull our thread through our felt just like that. So you see the back end, you could hardly even see it. You'll be able to see it more as we do more stitches. Okay. And then we're going to take our button, 2 holes. We're going to put it through one of our holes. Okay. And then we're going to go through the 2nd hole. So we have our 1 hole. We're going to go through our 2nd hole. Okay. Going all the way through the fabric to the other side. Pull it through. Then I'm going to go back up. We're going to repeat this 3 times. So we're going to go through the other side of the button, that right side. We're going to pull up, go through again. Once again, through the back end. You see the back right there? Okay, one more time. Could be a little tricky. What you could do is you could kind of move it to the side and you could then fish it through a little bit easier. There we go. Gonna come up. And that is 3. Okay, this time when I come up, I'm not gonna go through the hole. I'm just gonna come up through the bottom. Okay, and I'm gonna kind of go parallel with the button. Okay, pull that up. Now we see on the back, you could see our stitches right there. Okay. Then we're going to wrap our thread 3 times around. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to secure it underneath the button. So we have our 3 wraps. They're nice and secure. We're going to come up through a little piece of the yarn or the thread. Okay, just go along that way. And I like to double back and make a knot. Okay, 1, I do it twice because I like that surgical knot. And it's going to pull right up to there. And we're going to trim off the excess right there. It hides underneath it. We can see our button is movable, but it is secure on that fabric. So using the same thread that we just used, we're going to tie another knot. Okay, now this one is ready to go with my 4-hole button. So I have my 4-hole button. I'm going to place it right next to my 2-hole button, and I'm going to repeat the process. So I'm going to grab a little bit of the fabric, almost like I'm starting a running stitch, and pull it through. Secure my knot right there, and I'm going to go up through one of the holes. Doesn't make a difference which one you start with, but you do want to go on an angle. So this one you're going to go across as opposed to going straight across. You're going to go on an angle. So down through it. Once again, we're coming out the back end of our fabric or our felt. Pull through. Then we're going to come up on the other side. We're going to do a crisscross, make an X. Think about tic-tac-toe. Okay. Put it through the fabric. Find that other hole. There we go. Pull up. Make sure it's nice and tight. Go to the other side. Pull down all the way through back to the other side. And now we've created an X. Okay, we're going to repeat this step one more time. Start off with that first one that we went through originally. And that's the one over here. Oop, wrong one. It happens, just find the right hole. There we go. Okay, pull up all the way, make sure it's still taut. Go on an angle. Go down, and once again we're going to make that X. That's our 3rd hole, and we're going to go across to our 4th hole, go all the way down. Okay, once again we only did that one twice because it is 4. We have double reinforcement, so it's almost like having 4 on the other one. So now we're going to come up, but we're not going to go through a hole, just going to gently go underneath the button. See right there, you see the needle right there going underneath the button. Pull that out. And once again, we're going to wrap 3 times. We have 1, 2, and 3. And then making sure we're going to grab some of that thread underneath. Okay, there we go. We got some thread. And once again, do that surgeon's knot. Sometimes you don't have enough thread, so you're going to go backwards. And I like to do it twice. Like I said, it makes a more secure knot. I go twice, and then I pull nice and tight, and I trim off any of my excess thread. And there we go. There's some nice secure buttons. You could see the round thing that we went around a couple times, and you could also see where we went around over here. Okay, those are just little threads. You could cut them off if you need to. All right, thanks for watching.